For the dollar, you know that I'm working hard. Everything I'm doing, you know I do it for karma. I'm just trying to get the bag and ball out real nicely. Man, I got these cubes on, man, I look icy. Ooh, they so dicey. They don't wanna see me blow up. They don't even wanna see a young king blow up. So it's to the grind, gotta keep my ears open. I hear a lot of talking, but that don't move me. I stay consistent, my mind never distant. I'm winning, I'm doing everything they never done before. I'm always on another level, I keep climbing. I can never stop, cause this is God's time. You gotta get it even if it's in the dirt. Man, I grind hard, I put in this work. Man, I go in, so ain't no time for sleeping. Man, I want the break, gotta hate it like a weekend. Man, I want that good life, yeah. 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 I do it big, but I'm trying to do it bigger. Sometimes I go crazy like a gunman, pull the trigger. I'm in the league, man, I'm trying to play the game nice. I'm trying to win at every level, so I roll the dice. Whatever I buy, I'm just trying to buy it twice. When I park the Phantom, you can even match the price. I'm just trying to be a landlord. I'm just trying to own property up in different area codes. But there's a code to this madness. There's a code for danger, but I ain't never been reckless. So I look at my time, cause I ain't never been late. Man, I'm trying to be a dog, man, I'm trying to be great. You gotta get it even if it's in the dirt. Man, I grind hard, I put in this work. Man, I go in, so ain't no time for sleeping. Man, I want the bread, gotta eat it like a weekend. Man, I want that good life, yeah. Man, I want that good life, yeah. Man, I want that good life, yeah. Man, I want that good life, yeah.
Good morning, fam. This is usually the time I'm going to bed, but we got a 9 game slate teed up for you guys. We got JD in the house, Statmaster J. So let's get on with this Sunday Funday. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am your host, Exotic Wagers. Thank you for tuning in for another special episode, early episode of Rico and Pearlo's House of Exotic Picks Frolic. Thank you for tuning in. JD, how was your day yesterday?
My day was good yesterday. I mean, yeah, there were definitely some winners, and it's always nice when you end off on a good note. And I have to thank you for that because you shared with me a parlay that you did in the Oilers game, and I modified it a little. And I so the parlay was McDavid and Kucherov each to have at least 3 shots. You had each of those two guys to have a point. I went with the goal prop for each of them, and that cashed. And you had a sweat out a little. I wait until the third period. You had the over 5.5, and hey, so that was a nice cash for both of us, and thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I actually had also had a 2 unit bet on a goalie save prop. Um, they cashed as well. I think that was against the Devils there. But overall, I had a green day. It's been a rough couple days prior to that, but you know, I think it just goes with the flow, and we know how those days go. We don't win every day, but we try to be profitable at the
I
end of the
had
week.
Caulfield for a pair of goals. That was a nice plus 1,000
Oh,
hit
nice!
last
I
night.
remember that the Mr. Saturday Night there scoring
Yeah,
with two.
and
So.
Here's a crazy stat, as you like to call me, Stat Master Jay. The Montreal Canadiens are 13-0 to the over this year, including both games against the Islanders, when they play against a team that's got a sub 2.90 goals against average.
Nice. That's
Uh,
that is wild. 13-0.
yeah. And I have to credit my colleague Steve Makinen over at VEASAN. He's the one that came up with that nugget. But that's a bizarre trend that you're always getting the over on a team that should be really good defensively.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those are good numbers to follow and trends and good things when we find stuff like that. Like that same thing when I had sent you that goalie save prop yesterday. It was like
Yes.
the Devils, ever since the break, they've had 30 plus shots on goal, and I believe every game since. So, um, just good when we find trends like that, and good that we can cash on things like that. But I guess we got a 9 game slate teed up for us on this Sunday fun day. The first game is at noon. So it's 7:30 for me. I think I went to
Yeah.
bed at
Me
2.
too.
I think I went to bed at 2. So,
Yeah.
we've got some really good games, this Sunday, and, I found some really good stats. I think with this show, typically we're doing our capping live on this show, but, I did a little bit of research last night. I'm sure JD's got all his stats laid out right there on front of us, and, we can kind of roll through this one a little bit quicker. And I think what we'll do is just give our takes on our sides and our maybe totals, and then run
Yeah.
through a little bit of props, and then we'll just move on to the next and go from
Yeah.
there.
Because we
But
want to
thank
get done before we're going to be we're the pre-show for the Ice Cap guys.
yeah, we're gonna
Or not Ice Cap,
we're
Ice
gonna
guys.
yeah, we're gonna cook up breakfast for you before they bring you
Yes.
the
Yeah.
lunch buffet,
Right.
as you would call it. But, all right, well, let me go ahead and I will get oh, you know what? I did not get the overlays ready, but I will do that real quick, and we can get on our merry way. Um, but thank you all 30 of you for tuning in early with us. Should be a pretty good day. All right. All right, I think we're ready to go.
Okay.
As my uncle said, let's rock and roll hoochie coo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first game on the board. We have the Winnipeg Jets plus 105 on the road. New York Rangers at home minus 130. Over under is set at a flat 6. Minus 115 to the over. Winnipeg is 28, 29, and 12 on the season. 11, 16, and 6 on the road. Rangers 28, 33, 8 on the season. 9, 17, and 6 at home. Head to head between these two teams, they are an even 500. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. These two teams only seen each other once this season, back on March 12th, about 10 days ago, where the Rangers won 6-3 in Winnipeg. Winnipeg is 5-3, 0-2 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Winnipeg's coming in on a 3 game losing streak, most recently losing to Pittsburgh 4-5 in a shootout on the road. This is the third and final game of a 3 game road trip, and they will head back home to play Vegas on Tuesday. Winnipeg is also on the back end of a back-to-back, and this is also 3 and 4 games for them in the last 4. Rangers are 5-4-1 in the last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the over. Rangers also on a 3 game losing streak. This is the first game of a 2 game homestand, and they will play again on Monday. So they are on the front end of a back-to-back, and they will play again at home on Monday against the Senators. For me, as far as a side or a total here, I really don't. So I was thinking about doing the under first 5, under 6.5. I looked the
Yeah.
last couple games, and there's been a goal in the first 5 minutes, like, and I wanna say in, like, the last 3 or 4, so I'm probably not gonna get behind that, but you're gonna have Comrie in here more he's likely to start with the back-to-back. He's actually fared
Yeah.
well lately. Um so I probably if I was gonna take anybody, I'd probably take Winnipeg on the road. I know they haven't fared well on the road, but I know how the Rangers haven't fared well at home. So that's probably where I would get at. I probably wouldn't touch the total just knowing the Sunday unders before 8 PM Eastern and it being a flat 6. I might be able to get behind a under there, but, JD, how do you feel about a side or a total here?
Well, I actually may dabble. I know it's the Sunday under trend. I I would lean over the 5.5 that you can get at FanDuel. I'm seeing it minus 138. It was minus 130 last night, so we're seeing some action that way. Um, the Jets are 5 and what is it now? Look at my second half back to back numbers. They're actually pretty good on the second half of back to backs, but they're terrible as a road dog. And Comrie has started both games this year as a road dog, and they've lost 6-5 and 6-2. Um, and they're 3-12 overalls, or 3-13 as a road dog. Now the question is who starts for the Rangers today? Because Quick is out; he's day to day. They recalled Dylan Garon from the minors, and so I don't know if he starts today or he starts tomorrow against Ottawa. That was something that the Rangers hadn't announced. So I'm a little leery of this one. And then, you look at the Jets, and I mean, their last three games, they've given up 9, 7, and 7, or I'm sorry, the combined goals. So right now, for me, until we get a little more information, um, I I'm gonna have to hold off on this one for now. Um, Kyle Connor, Velarde, and Shifley all have really good numbers against Shesterkin. Um, so I'm not really sure right now. I'm going to hold off.
Okay. I mean, that's totally understandable. I was looking at that too when I saw the other goalie they had called up, and I'm like, are they gonna go with Shesterkin here? Or are they gonna go but
Right.
going back to Comrie, I know you said that he's when he started on the road, he hasn't fared well, but I mean, only given up 2 or less goals in 5 straight starts. Um,
Yes, I
although
did see
go
that.
So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be on a side or a total here, but I do like
Yeah.
Connor over 3.5 shots. That's an actual official play for me that I've already put in. He did have really good numbers. Let me pull that up real quick so I can tell you why I like that. I don't know why I didn't write that down. I wrote down everything else except for the one that I actually have an official play on. So,
Of
so he's
course.
covered that. uh, They are not playing Anaheim. Why is it showing that his numbers versus Anaheim?
Well,
Just a
they're getting
second.
ahead of themselves. They're just trying to be prepared.
Yeah. So he's covered that number in 5 of the last 6 games. He did have a 5 spot there a week ago on 8 attempts. So he does have really good numbers against him. I also liked Gabriel Velarde. He's had a
Larry.
goal in 4 of the last 5 versus the Rangers.
Yeah, four
Um,
goals in 5 games against Igor.
and if you were looking for something like you did with Raquel and Rust and
Yeah.
Shifley and Connor, it's probably pretty
Yes.
much you can probably do the same thing. I did look at that, but it was a minus 150, so definitely 2 parlay pieces if you want to do something there.
Yeah.
Lafreniere goal or point, yeah, I like that too. MMA, I could see that. And then I was also gonna look at Shesterkin saves or Winnipeg shots, but I ended up just laying off of that. The Rangers have been giving up tons of shots, but Winnipeg has been putting up decent amount, but not enough to where it made it interesting for me to want to take it.
Yeah, I'm just concerned like where Winnipeg's at, especially after losing that game yesterday. That they went up, they were down 2-0, they went up 4-3, and then they lose that game in a shootout, and they're done. I mean, they're just
Yeah.
back to back. I just think they're overall I'd say a pass for me.
Okay. Well, with the beauty of a 9-game slate, we can just move on to the next one
Yeah.
and look for something that we want to tell or want to get at.
No,
But
this next one we can talk.
yeah, we can definitely talk. I started writing down props for this, and I
Yeah.
was already like flipping over the page. I'm like, I got a lot of stats to talk to Stat Master Jay about. So uh,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and run this next one. Next game on the board, we have the Colorado Avalanche on the road -170. Washington at home +140. Over under is set at a flat 6 -118 to the over. Just I know these are probably got some new viewers too. Morning. I am reading off of all MGM lines, so that's what you guys are getting. Colorado is 45-13-10 on the season, 22-7-5 on the road. Washington is 35-27-8 on the season, 22-11-4 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Colorado's won 6 of the last 10. They are an even 500 on over unders. These two teams have only seen each other once this season, back in January in Colorado, where the Avalanche won 5-2. Colorado is 6-3-0-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Colorado is coming off of a 4-1 road win versus the Blackhawks. This is the second game of a 4-game road trip, and they will play again on Tuesday when they continue on down to Pittsburgh to play the Penguins. They're also on the back end of a back-to-back, right? Am I correct? No, I'm
Yes, the
sorry, they aren't.
Capitals.
Oh, yes. Um,
Wait, are they?
Washington. No, I was talking about. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Neither of them are.
No,
I'm sorry. I don't know
no.
why I said that. Washington is 5-4-0-1 in their last 10. 8 of those 10 have trended to the under. Washington is coming off of back-to-back wins versus Ottawa and most recently New Jersey. This is the final game of a 4-game homestand, and they will head out on the road on Tuesday when they take on the St. Louis Blues. As far as netminders, so Logan Thompson has already just been confirmed, and
Hmm.
it looks like it may be Blackwood, but I am not 100%. Originally, when I was looking at this game, I was looking at Colorado puck line at +145.
Yeah.
Um, I did like that value there. They did have a 5-2 game earlier this season. Um, what else did I like? I also was also going to look at Colorado's team total shots on goal, but I felt
Mm,
it was kind of high, and I think
yeah.
it was also kind of inflated because in that last game, McKinnon had 10 shots on like 19 attempts versus Washington. So that was why there was like a 40 spot there in that last one. But prior to that, they hadn't fared a whole bunch of shots. So I didn't think there was a lot of wiggle room to take that. But I am interested in Thompson's saves. He was just confirmed right before we started this live. So be interesting
Yeah.
to see what his number is. I think if it's like somewhere in the neighborhood of 26 or 27, I might take it there. But any higher than that, I probably won't. Cider total for you, JD?
Yeah, so this is one again, depending on how you want to approach this game. I'm looking at the under. So DraftKings, you can get the under at -135 at 6.5. So I like that straight. I also like Colorado and the under 6.5 in a parlay +165. So that's the way that and that that way you get nice plus money. I think this is I like Colorado in this game. Um, I'm not. I just think I look at Colorado's in a spot where, hey, they're 3 points up on Dallas with a game in hand, and although they clinched a playoff spot, they need to create some separation and not let Dallas think that they can win this division. So and also Colorado's looking for consecutive wins for the first time since March 8th when they won five straight. I just think it's you're a team that they need to feel better about themselves. So I like Colorado when it comes to side and total. That's the way I'm approaching this game.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that too. I'm like, they clinch. Are they going to lay off the gas? But yeah, I think they just keep rolling here. They're at a point where they haven't been playing well. They need to start feeling well and better about themselves and the way that they are playing. So I think
But I don't think
any
you can
loss,
lay off the gas. You
you
can't
can't.
let you've
You're
you've
right.
clinched the division, but could you imagine if they don't win the division or clinched a playoff spot? Could you imagine if they don't win the division after leading it for essentially the entire season?
Yeah, that would be crazy. I like your take there, MMA with taking Thompson 25 saves and Avs money line at plus 115. I think that's a really good look. There's no reason why Thompson shouldn't have 25 saves against him. Bet 365, Rich says that Thompson over 28 and a half at minus 120. Um, so that's about a number more than I wanted to take it, but
Yeah.
might be something I look at here. Um,
I mean, the Caps have also been a big under team. They've gone under in five straight, 7 of 8. The Avs have gone under in 4 of 5. So that's why I was leaning to the under in this game. And
yeah,
it's our one of it's our Sunday trend game.
yep. Yeah, Addison. You know, they have been letting up goals. He's asking if Ovi could possibly net Mr. Number 1000 here.
I would
Um,
play it. His numbers against he's got 3 and 8 against Wedgwood, 6 and 14 against Blackwood.
okay. As far
And
as
the other guy that's got success against Colorado is Connor McMichael. He's got 3 goals in 6 games against the Avs.
oh, nice find there. Some stuff I was looking at. Natchez anytime goal. He's got a goal in 9 of the last 12 and 7 straight on the road. It's plus 125. I think they're respecting his anytime goal there. He probably nets one. That was over
Mm-hmm.
on Bally Bet and Bet Rivers. I also like Natchez over 2.5 shots. He's had 5, 1, 4, and 5 in his last 4 on the road. And he's 7 of 9 versus Washington. It's minus 124 over on Bally Bet and Bet Rivers. Brock Nelson, 3 plus shots. He's hit that in 6 straight. He also had 5 in that last game versus Washington, and he's had 5 of 7 on the road. And then one that I'm probably going to put money on here, and I actually meant to bet it pre-show, and I just remembering right now that I forgot. But Kadri,
Okay.
Kadri over 2.5. I like that. That's
Mm-hmm.
even money at plus 100. He's had 5, 4, 1, 5, 5, 3, and 1 versus Washington, and he's covered that in 3 of the last 4 and 8 of the last 10 on the road. I know he's playing up there on that second line with Brock, so he should be getting pretty good ice time. And I like him to get over 2.5 there. And then the last one is Makar over 2.5. He's hit that in 4 straight and 4 straight head to head, and that's minus 125 over at Bet Rivers. So, how about you, JD? Any props in this one?
Yeah, I'm with you on the Natchez anytime goal, and I also have him for the first Colorado goal. He's done that in 3 of the last 5 games, so plus 480 over at FanDuel for the first Colorado goal. And then I've got an assist prop. I'm going to do a Natchez Makar assist parlay plus 173. Natchez 13 assists in 17 games versus the Caps, and Makar 6 assists in 10 games versus the Caps. So just trying to find a way to get some plus money with those guys.
Okay. Yeah, I like all of those. So, should be an interesting game. This is a
Yeah.
12:30 start, so Get your popcorn out. At least we'll have some hockey to watch during intermission. They actually staggered a game instead of starting them both at noon. So I'm happy about that. But let's go ahead and move on to our
Yep.
next one. I will get the slide switched out here. Pull up the next game. Thank you all 50 of you guys tuning in. I guess everybody likes to be up and early because or nobody's late night people like us
Yeah.
because we are. When I was
Yeah.
originally doing my show, my show is called the Four Check Podcast, but we've been running Pearlo's show. But I originally wanted to do a show called The Late Shift because I'm just always up late. And
Mm-hmm.
but when I looked on YouTube, there was already the St. Louis Blues do a late shift show, but they haven't been running it for a couple years. So I was wondering if they were still going to do that. But anywho, all right, next game on the board we have the Nashville Predators. This is pretty much a pick 'em. Minus 110 on the road. Chicago minus 110 at home. Over under is set at a flat 6. That is also a pick 'em. 110 on minus 110 on both sides of the number. Nashville is 32, 28, and 9 on the season, 13, 15, and 6 on the road. Chicago is 26, 31, and 12 on the season, 13, 16, and 6 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Predators have won 8 of the last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. These two teams have seen each other 3 times this season. First time in November in Chicago, where the Preds won 4-3. Then in January in Nashville, where the Blackhawks won 3-0. And then in February in Nashville, where Preds won 4-2. Nashville is 5-4, 0-1 in their last 10, 3-5-2 to over unders. Nashville is on the back end of a back-to-back, winning yesterday versus Vegas at home 4-1. This is the first game, only game of an island game. They will return back home on Tuesday to face the Sharks. Chicago is 4-3-3 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. Chicago is coming off of a 1-4 loss at home versus the Avalanche. This is the second game of a short 2-game homestand, and they will head back out on the road on Tuesday when they take on the Isles. So you got Nashville's on the back end of a back-to-back in 3-4, and you just got Chicago in 3-4.
Hey, just want to circle back. I'm also going to split a unit on the Avs money line with the Utah money line and the under in the Avs game with the Utah money line. Um, just to bring down that price for that Utah game, which we'll get to at the very end. So I just
Okay.
wanted to totally forgot about that. Um, yeah, the big question I think right now is who starts in goal for Nashville because Saros is dealing with something. They've got Matt Murray, not the Matt Murray who played in Pittsburgh, is listed on the roster here. Annunen started yesterday, so that's one concern.
And played well,
Um,
which you guys spoke to.
yeah, and played. Oh my God! I mean, the Golden Knights have to be kicking themselves. They only had 21 shots or 20 shots in the first period and couldn't buy a goal. And they outshot them 40-20 yesterday. Yeah, no, useless no more.
That is 100% correct. As far as for me in this game, I really don't have a lean on a side or a total. It kind of fared down to that goalie question as well. But given the way that the last few days have went, and even though I was green yesterday, I'm trying to limit my plays and really focus on just some really solid ones versus trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel and look for some. So for me,
Yeah.
this is a game of more of just John Elway pass. And maybe if I see something come up, I think Bedard has been pretty good off of losses, I want to say, but just not sure if I want to take him against Nashville. Um, yeah, I probably won't get to anything in this one. Do you have any props in this one?
Yeah, one thing that with Nashville, they're 2-8 this year in the second half of back to backs, so that is a little concerning for me from a prop standpoint. Nashville to score a power play goal, they've scored a power play goal in three straight. You can get that at plus 105, and the Blackhawks have given up five power play goals in the last 14 times shorthanded. Jeff Blashill was talking about the injuries that they've got. The penalty kill has kind of been a work in progress and a struggle for them. So I do like that Nashville over half a power play goal that you can get. I know DraftKings is where I always grab it. It's under the goal scorers tab at the very bottom. Um, there were a couple of Nashville player props. Stamkos for a goal. He's got 23 goals in 36 games against the Blackhawks. He's at plus 205. Matthew Wood, 2 goals in 3 games against Chicago. He's at plus 270. And Ryan O'Reilly's got 3 goals in 5 games against Spencer Knight. I found him at 280 plus 285 for a goal. So I'm not going to get to a side or total in this one.
Okay. I think hearing you say power play point or power play goal and
Yeah.
knowing that Stamkos has been scoring, I just looked back and he's got 3 power play points in his last 2 games, and that's plus 250. So that might be worth a look, just taking his power play point,
Well, if
given
he's
if you
only, but if it's, but yeah, but if you're looking, the only thing is that his goals at 205.
uh,
So, and if his power play points at 250, I'd rather just play the goal and then also play the power play goal at plus 105. That's, that's my, like, I was telling you, I don't know. That would be my one concern.
okay. No, I definitely like that. Um, but yeah, I probably won't get to a side or total here on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
All
we
right.
don't need to beat a dead horse on this one. We
Yeah,
can move on.
for sure. All right, let me get
Okay.
the these swapped out, and we will move on to the next. All right, next game on the board, we have the Carolina Hurricanes minus 145 and the Pittsburgh Penguins at home plus 120. Over under is set at 6.5, minus 120 to the over. Carolina is 44, 19, and 6 on the season, 19, 10, and 4 on the road. Pittsburgh is 35, 18, and 16 on the season, 17, 9, and 8 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Carolina's won 7 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. These two teams have seen each other 3 times
Three
this season.
times.
Back in December in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins won 5-1, and the other 2 times were a week apart from each other in March, both in Carolina. Both games went to overtime, and both games were won by Carolina 5-4, 6-5. That's also to note that 3 of the last 4 has went to extra time as well. Carolina is 6-4 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Carolina's coming in on back-to-back wins versus Pittsburgh, 6-5, and most recently against Toronto on the road, 4-3. Um, this is the second game of a 3-game road trip, and they will play again on Tuesday when they continue down the road to Montreal. Pittsburgh is 4-3, 1-2 in their last 10. 8 of those 10 have trended to the over. Pittsburgh is coming off of a 5-4 shootout win versus Winnipeg. This is the second game of a 3-game homestand. They will play again on Tuesday when the Avalanche come to visit them at home. Um, the only thing I have written down in this is a small lean to the over. Um, but it is 5.5. But both of these teams, I feel like they've been
Five and
scoring.
a half.
I'm sorry, 6.5. Both of
Okay,
these
got you
two
scared.
teams have trending to the
Yeah,
over. They've both been scoring a
yeah.
lot. Um, who are we gonna have at net? That was my question.
Well, I don't think it really matters, to be honest with
Yeah,
you. I mean, the you know the the Penguins have scored 14 goals against Freddie. He's played all three games against, and if it's Bussy in the games that he's played since the break, the teams have scored because I don't know. The team Carolina's given up 3-5, 3-5, 4-4. So I'm not worried about goals being scored in this game. I think the over is a solid play.
I
Um,
also have. I also have. I know Jari played out of his mind that last. Like he had a really good game. I could see
no,
saves.
Skinner. You mean Skinner?
Oh yes, Skinner. I could
Yeah,
possibly see saves for Skinner with Carolina's shot volume, and Pittsburgh tends to give up a lot of shots. They
yeah.
gave up 44 in that last game to Carolina.
Would
So
you? I'd be more comfortable in playing just the shots as
I
opposed
would,
to.
I would that too. I could definitely see that. I'm just thinking with Pittsburgh on the back to back. She loves playing yesterday. There's a good chance that they just uh, leave Skinner in.
Oh
um,
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
but I mean, either way, I think either of them are good. What did you see? What their shot total is? Is that what you were
I
doing?
haven't. I
I
was
haven't looked at
looking.
it
I didn't.
either.
I don't see it on Bet Rivers.
Yeah, if they're holding it off, they're probably holding it off for a reason.
Well,
You
they're
know,
holding it off maybe because they're waiting for a goalie to be announced
that's true. So
officially.
Carolina Hurricanes shots on goal is 31.5. I like that. I think they
Where'd you
get
see that?
32. That's Rivers. I just
Really?
found it.
Where?
Yeah. And the game props, like where it normally is, where it should be there.
Why am I
I got
not? I'm at game regular time. Oh, game props. Hello. Yeah, 30. Yeah, I'll play the 31 and a half.
yes, you're probably gonna get Skinner at like 27 or 28, probably 28,
Yeah,
maybe even 29.
I don't
But
think it's not 29. I mean, I don't you think that you're gonna get you
oh
got to
yeah,
plan for.
you're gonna get the spread of four, at least 4 or 5 goals. So yeah,
I think
27.
I think it's got to be four. Like it's got to be 27, at least 27 and a half. I would think it'd be around 27 and a half for.
Yeah. And I could only see that total going up, especially when Freddie gets confirmed. So if you like the over, I think the best line you can get right now is like, what did I see? Minus 120 ish.
I got 115 last night.
Oh, it
What
is
is
the
it now?
115 over on 365.
Yeah, but most other sites are look like they're 120.
Oh, Ryan says that Skinner is at 26.5 on DK.
Really?
Yeah, that might be enticing. uh, I just don't see Carolina putting up less than 35. You know, I mean,
Right.
they put up 36 on Toronto. They put up 44 on Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh that last game or at home. Sorry, um, 29 against Columbus, 35 against Tampa Bay. Like they're just rolling, and
Yeah.
yeah, they should.
Yeah. I like the
Not.
draw
Mm-hmm.
at plus 330. I mean, just with their, the last two games going past regulation between these two.
What
Uh,
about? I wonder what the odds are for both teams to score three because we like an
um,
over, and both of these
yeah.
teams have been scoring.
Well, I'm going back to that Carolina of that Penguins team total. I grabbed the in regulation over 2.5 at minus 148, over three at plus 114, and over 3.5 at plus 170.
I like that. I'm probably
The
gonna.
numbers and the number because the numbers were better for Pittsburgh than they were for Carolina
Mhm.
on those team totals. So uh, I just, you know, I don't see them having a problem scoring. I mean, they haven't had a problem scoring against Freddie.
Yeah.
And again, if it's Bussy, um, I'm not concerned. I'm just trying to see goalie post just did something. Oh,
And as
never
far as
mind.
props in here, I didn't have anything written down for this one.
Oh, come on. We got to go back to Russ Raquel. It cashed in like 2 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, I guess that would be one for sure. I did see that Chinikov was down at 1.5, and he's
Yeah,
covered in both well, he did only have 2 in that last game versus Carolina, but it was on 6 attempts. So you can probably get his over 2.5 at plus money again. That might be a good look. He's been pretty solid. I know I hate taking shot props against Carolina, but I think if you're going to
right.
trust anybody on there, it's probably going to be him. Um,
I did. So Russ Raquel is plus 133 for their point parlay. Um, Nikolai Ehlers has 4 assists in the 3 games versus Pittsburgh. You can get his assist prop at plus 152. And the other one, I mean, Eric Carlson is just in fuego.
yeah.
He's had 7 points versus Carolina in the 3 games. He's got 10 points overall in his last 4. Um, so I'm trying to find a creative way to play Eric Carlson. And I think what I don't normally do something like this, but you could do, where is it here? Ah, okay. This is so a Carlson, Seth Jarvis point parlay at plus 151. Jarvis has 13 points in 15 games against the Penguins.
Oh, I like that.
So that was a way that I could, you could get that plus money in there. So that's the other one. I got a ton. I mean, this is like the Cheesecake Factory of plays, Cheesecake Factory menu of plays for this team. But
It-
I just,
I mean,
I would rather go ahead.
I was gonna say I would just take a shot at his point and 2 points. Like, I mean, he's had 2+ points in 6 of the last 7 games, in his last 7 games, and then he's had
Yeah,
2+ points in 4 straight games. It's like
you're
you
talking about
might,
Carlson.
yeah, against Carolina. He's had 2+ points in 4 straight games against Carolina too. So
I mean,
you
I
might,
could sprinkle on. So 2+ for Carlson's at 360,
is 3 plus 360.
plus 360 for over 1.5.
Yeah, I I like that.
I'll sprinkle on that.
That's great value for somebody that's 4 in the last 4 games versus Carolina and 6 of the last 7 overall. Like, the
Yeah.
dude's just cooking. Nikushkin point plus 190, back to the same
Wait,
play here.
Nikishin? You mean
Nikishin?
Nikishin?
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I just didn't know if we were going
Yeah,
back to
I'm always
Colorado.
pronouncing shit wrong.
No, that's all right.
That's just me.
I just want to make sure we're just to clarify. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew I'm pretty sure I knew you were talking about, but
That's why I do sports betting, because I'm good at numbers. I'm
right
horrible at
names.
names.
Just as long as you click on the right person, and you're not just doing a name search, and you're actually in the game.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I think we got this one well covered. A whole lot of good
Yeah.
stuff in this one.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
let's move on over to the next one. All righty. Oh, Sorry, do the timestamp. I'm a one-man band today on the production side. All right, we got the Vegas Golden Knights on the road plus 120. Dallas at home minus 145. Over under is set at a flat 6, minus 110 on both sides of that number. Vegas is 31, 25, and 14 on the season, 15, 13, and 7 on the road. Dallas is 34, 15, and 11 on the season, 22, 8, and 4 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Dallas has won 8 of the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. These two teams have seen each other twice. Back in January in Vegas, where Dallas won 5-4 in a shootout. Then again in March, where Dallas won 2-1 and on at home. Vegas is 3-7 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. Vegas is coming off of back-to-back-to-back losses, most recently losing to Nashville on the road 1-4. This is the second game of a 3-game road trip, and they will continue on the road on Tuesday when they take on the Jets. Dallas is 7-1-1-1 in their last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the over. Dallas is coming off of a 1-2 shootout overtime loss versus Mini. They are also coming off a short 2-game road trip. This is the first game of a short 2-game homestand, and they will play again on Tuesday when they take on the Devils. So you got Vegas on the back end of a back-to-back. They're also 3-4. And you also got Dallas on the back end of a back-to-back as well.
Yeah, so you got DeSmith against Aiden Hill in this one here. So here's 6 of the last 10 have gone past regulation, and 3 of the 4 that didn't go past regulation were decided by 1 goal. So I'm going to take Vegas plus 1.5 and parlay that with Carolina, Pittsburgh over 6.5 at plus 188, as well as playing the draw on this one.
I like that. One thing I found in this game was like I was thinking, oh, DeSmith's been, pretty solid as of late. And then I look back and I remember that he just gave up 5 to Utah. But then looking back at Vegas, he's given up 6, 5, and 6 in his last 3. So he's given up 19 goals in his last 3 games versus
Who
Vegas.
DeSmith?
Yeah,
Oh, versus
DeSmith
Vegas.
versus Vegas. So he gave up. I mean, they were all, with other teams, Vancouver and Pittsburgh. But,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Because he's
6.
played well prior to that loss. He had won 3 straight prior to
That is
the
correct. He
Utah
had won
game.
4 straight.
Oh, 4
Prior to
straight?
that,
Oh, maybe I was just looking post Olympics. I
yes,
may have. Okay,
you're
got it.
correct because the other one was January 31st, so that was
Yes.
pre Olympics. But
By the way, Dallas has not lost back to back since losing 3 straight in mid January.
yeah, and you also got them here at home where I mean, they're just as good as at home as they are on the road by a game or two.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But and Vegas, they started rolling there after Eichel, not Eckel. Eichel came back and they just been struggling in these last 3 games. I mean, in that
Well,
Utah game,
yeah,
they looked horrible. And even
yeah,
worse in
but they
that
didn't like.
Nashville game.
They looked good. I thought they looked really good. I thought they looked good yesterday. They were just. I mean, they couldn't beat Annunen and they couldn't beat the goalpost or
Yeah,
goalposts.
they did
It
ding a
it
bunch.
it was it. I mean, Jesus, you outshoot them 20-4 in the first period, and you're down 1-0. I mean, Stamkos scores 30 seconds in, and they really didn't have a sniff after that in the first period. And actually, if you take a look, the goals. So you had the Stamkos goal that was 30 seconds in, but after that, Nashville scored 2 power play goals and 1 shorty. So like nothing 5-on-5 did Vegas give up. Their penalty kill, which had been really good, just wasn't yesterday. So I don't like. It's still a loss, but it wasn't. I thought they played well. I'm just looking at the past history, and 9 of the 10 games have been decided by one goal. 9 of their last in the regular season. So that's why I'm going to go with that +1.5 and parlay it. I just because both games this year 2-1, 5-4 shootout. So
Yeah.
and then from a prop standpoint, Maverick Bork's got 4 goals in 5 games against Aiden Hill. Get him at +340. Eichel's got 3 goals in 3 games against the Smith. He's +215. Wyatt Johnston's got 4 goals in 7 games against Hill. Wyatt's always good for a goal. So
Yeah. That's who I have written
uh,
down as Wyatt. I've been playing Wyatt
yeah.
for a while.
And then the draws +310. So, that's where I was going. Um, that's where I was going with this.
Yep. I could agree with that. I think Dallas wins here. I like that stat.
Yeah,
Somebody just put up. I think it was Timothy. Says Dallas has won 13 straight evening games on a Sunday night at home. So they're 13-0 on Sunday nights at home.
I think that's only when the temperature is above 85 degrees. Sorry. That's a good stat.
and the dew points less than
Right.
15%.
Mhm.
Okay, well let's move on. Moving on. This should be a good
That's a
one.
good one. Yeah.
Yes. I
Oh,
guess
this next one, yeah.
this next one should be a good one. Okay, next game on the board, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets on the road -125. Islanders at home +105. Over under is set at a flat 6, -120 to the over. Blue Jackets are 37, 21, and 11 on the season, 17, 13, and 4 on the road. Islanders are 39, 26, and 5 on the season, 18, 11, and 2 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Isles have won 6 of the last 10, 4, 4, and 2 to over unders and pushes. These two teams have seen each other 3 times this season. First was in November in New York, where New York won 3-2. Then in December in Columbus, where Columbus won 4-2. And then again in Columbus in February, where the New York Islanders won 4-3 in overtime. Columbus is 7-0-3 and 0 in their last 10, even 500 on over unders. Columbus is coming in on a 4-game winning streak, most recently beating the Kraken 5-2 at home. This is the first game of a short 3-game road trip, and they will continue on the road on Tuesday when they take on the Flyers. Islanders are 5-5 in the last 10. 6 of those 10 have trended to the under. Islanders coming in on off of a 3-game road trip where they went 1-2, most recently losing to the Canadians 3-7, and they will play again at home on Tuesday when they take on the Blackhawks. So you got Blue Jackets are on the back end of a back-to-back. This is also 3-4 for them. And the Isles are also on the back end of a back-to-back, and this is also 3-4 for them.
Yeah. So I just want to clarify for anyone who's not sure when Dre says they're 7-0-3-0, the last two numbers refer to overtime and shootout,
That
correct?
is that is correct. That is
Yeah.
correct.
So yeah, that's just why he so you can some people like to bet shootouts. You can bet, I think, to win in a shootout or overtime. I think you can do that.
You
I
can also bet for just the game to reach a shootout
yeah,
without betting aside.
right. So that's why that stat there's relevance to that stat. Um, so a couple things. Both these teams are really good on back to backs on the second half. The Jackets are 9-3, and the Islanders are 8-4. Columbus, by the way, 5-2 is a road favorite, and 11-16 is a road dog. And the Islanders, I think they're really good. I thought they were a good home dog for some reason. I could be. So just on those pure numbers alone, the Islanders, interesting. They're 7-8 as a home favorite, but they're 11-3 as a home dog.
Wow.
So both these teams have excelled in their role. I don't know. I can't bet the Islanders. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
I guess I go ahead.
it's probably going to be Rittich on the back to back.
No, it's Sorokin. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, why do they have? Oh,
They
that's right. Because you
he
said they pulled him early. That's right, so that he could start
pulled
today.
him
Yeah,
early because I guess listening and trying to read the understand the what Wah was saying. The plan all along was for Sorokin start today, and once they were down, it just made the decision easier.
yeah,
So, yeah, it is Sorokin. Um, I I don't know. You're getting the Islanders a plus money at home, but I just don't
yeah,
trust them.
yeah. And you also got. I mean, Columbus is rolling. I know they just beat the Rangers in Seattle, but they beat Carolina before that, and they
Yeah,
beat them handily. It wasn't a close game. It was 5-1. So, um, two props I do like in this game.
yeah,
Boone Jenner over 1.5.
yeah.
He's covered in 2 of the last 3, but more importantly, 9 of the last 10 versus the Isles. It's -110.
Okay,
And
okay.
then Matthew Shaver over 2.5 shots. He's covered that in 8 of the last 10. And I like the volume here. I think they give up like the 8th most shots to defensemen in the league, and over
Yeah,
2.5 at
I was trying to find a way
-118.
to play Schaefer.
Yeah, I would just play his shots. I like that. Um, Let me see if there was any more underlying numbers. Covered 2 of the last 3 versus the Blue Jackets. Um, but his
So
volume's been
what did
pretty
you get?
consistent. 7.6 in his last 10.
What did you
What was
get
that?
his shot prop at?
Bet Rivers -118.
Oh yeah. Tell you I want to just go. I want to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn here. For the Islanders, the guy that has been hot. Where is he?
Thank you all
I want
50
to
of
say
you guys for tuning in.
Emil Heineman. Um, Hymes, my God, he pretty much just scores every other game. It's pretty funny. I'm not like he's got goals in 3 of his last 5, but he's wrote and goals in 4 of his last 8. I
5.
think it is
Oh,
3 of 5 and like 4 of 8. But the 3 of 5, it's goal, no goal, goal, no goal, goal. Um, he's had a yeah. I mean, but I don't know. Now on the Columbus side, Fantilli's got 2 goals in 3 games against Sorokin on 8 shots. Um, and he's been shooting, right? I mean,
yeah.
you've been tracking Fantilli.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been shooting a ton. He's been taking all of my Monahan shots.
Yeah.
Monahan
I mean,
hasn't covered like
not
in 2 days
yesterday.
straight.
By the way, that I got let down on my shot parlay with both McAvoy and Fantilli took the day off yesterday. I guess Fantilli was tired after taking 9 against the Rangers that he had nothing
Yeah.
left. for yesterday. But he's got 2 goals in 3 games against Sorokin. And Kent Johnson, 3 goals in 5 games on 11 shots against Sorokin, plus 425. I'll take a shot with no pun intended on a goal from Kent Johnson. I just can't get to a side. Oh, it's Garon for the Rangers today. Goalie post just confirmed.
Oh, it is. So
Yeah. I
oh
mean, I
boy.
don't know. Does the guy like stand on his head? I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be more inclined to. I said I wouldn't bet Winnipeg anymore, but I'd be more inclined to take Winnipeg at plus money. Like there's still plus money, plus 105.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna
John Elway it.
yeah, I mean it just I would rather use all the 50,000 plays that I'd like for that Carolina game
Mm-hmm.
than yeah. So just yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The props for this Jackets game, I mean I would have for me it's Columbus or pass.
Yep. All right. I am. Let's see. So yeah, Schaefer, Jenner. I think that's all I had in this one. I think we can move on to the next. I'm also going to put in that Cadre play real quick. I know we're on the live, but I want to get this out to the Discord. So I'm going to
Okay.
put this out real quick. We got an hour before puck drop in that one. But thank you all 54 of you guys for tuning in. We will continue on down the slate here in a minute as soon as I get this play put in. Maybe what I'll do is I'll type this out to the chat as soon as I get done with the lay of the land on the next one. I'm also going to take, I think I'm going to take Kadri over 2.5 shots at even money. I don't see how he doesn't get 3 shots here. Where did I find that prop at? That was on Hard Rock. So let me bet that. And then we can move on to this dog of the day. For me, anyways. But, all right. Kadri. All right. I don't want to slow us down anymore. Let's get the. Alrighty. Next game on the board. We have the Buffalo Sabres on the road, minus 110. Anaheim at home, minus 110. Pretty much a pick 'em. Over under is set at 6.5, minus 135. Buffalo is 44-20-6 on the season, 22-11-3 on the road. Anaheim is 38-27-4 on the season, 22-10-2 at home. Head-to-head between these two teams, Buffalo has won 6 of the last 10, 5-4-1 to over-unders and pushes. Buffalo has won 3 straight versus this team. They have seen each other just once this season, back in January in Buffalo, where Buffalo won 5-3. Buffalo is 9-1 in their last 10. 8 of those 10 have trended to the under. Buffalo is coming in on a 4-game winning streak, also winning the first 3 of this 4-game road trip, 4-game road trip, most recently beating LA 4-1. This is the 4th and final game of that 4-game road trip, and they will continue back home on Wednesday when they take on Boston at home. Anaheim is 5-4-1 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. Anaheim is coming in off of a 4-1 victory on the road versus Utah. This is a single island game at home, and they will head back out on the road on Tuesday to take on Vancouver. So you got Buffalo on the back end of a back-to-back, and this is also 3-4 for them as well. As far as a side or a total here, this is a 2-unit bet for me for Buffalo here on the road.
Oh, look at you.
I took them. I know that this is the 4th game of a road trip. They've won all 3 games on this road trip. I think we alluded to it last time when we talked about, them beating Nashville and then having that immediate back-to-back to play Tampa Bay and thinking, oh no, they're not going to win this one. They went in there and they beat Tampa Bay 8-7 in that barn burner in that
Yeah.
one. And then they turned around and beat San Jose right after beating Tampa Bay after we were thinking they were going to be on their high horse and maybe it was a letdown spot for them. But no, they just keep rolling. So I'm just going to keep it rolling. Looks like we're probably going to get one thing I do like in this game. It's Alex Tuck, a 1+ assist. It's -105. I
Mhm.
can look up the numbers, but he did have really good numbers versus Anaheim and in his last 10. I think if you think Buffalo's going to roll here, or at least score, there's no way that Alex is not involved.
Well, he's got
And
2 goals in 3 games against Dostal and 9 shots. He's plus 200 just for a goal today.
okay, so yeah, I mean, if you want to split it between a goal and a point, or an assist and a goal, um, I think you're. Oh, you know what? It might be the assist. I'm sorry, it's not the point. It's his assist that I looked at. His point's probably way too
Okay.
juicy. Let's see.
Yeah.
His point was, I mean, his assist was. Wait, that can't be right. Why am I seeing? Oh yeah, his point is -130. That's a
It's not
play, but
bad.
yeah, and his
Yeah.
assists is +185. Like at that point, just take his assist and goal
Yeah.
and split it between the two. Like his goal is what, 200? You said +205 at DK.
200 yeah.
Like you're almost getting +200 on both sides of the prop.
Right.
Just split it half, split a unit at half and half. Well, you know what that means. MMA says he needed Tuck for a point bad yesterday and didn't get it,
Right.
but
Yeah.
means he's gonna have 3 today. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. Let me look at Tuck real quick and give you guys some underlying numbers behind that and why I liked it. I'm pretty sure it was
Look at this. Straight.
so he's had a point in 4 points in the last 3 games versus Anaheim. And then he's also had a point in 8 of the last 10 games, and he did not have a point, as MMA alluded to yesterday versus LA. But that's something, and like I said, I'm on Buffalo. It's my 2-unit bet. Those are the only 2 plays I had locked in pregame. But I'm actually going to lock in this Cadre one real quick so I can give that out to the Discord. And then, is there anything else you liked in this game?
Oh, I got a lot. I got a laundry list here, so hang on. I just want to pull up another number. So, by the way, it should. it should be Alex Lyon today. He's won 9 straight on the road. Got to go with. I was at the game yesterday, and Sam Carrick. I don't know if you saw his goal,
I did.
but he looked like Connor McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
He's a former Duck. So he's got goals in back-to-back, 3 of 5, 4 of 7 since the trade. He's plus 900 for a goal. I can't pass that up.
Yeah, that's great value there.
Cutter Gauthier's got 3 goals in 2 games on 4 shots against Alex Lyon. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
3 goals on 4
that's a high
shots.
percentage there.
I just want to make sure I did see that correctly. Because that, now that I'm looking at it again, that just seems insane that that's possible. I know he's really good, but wait a minute, that can't be right. I must be looking at something else. What am I seeing here? No, he's got. I guess he must have faced Lyon when he played for Florida, because it says he's never scored against Buffalo. Oh, so it isn't faced him this year. Yeah, he's got 3 goals on 4 shots. A 75% shooting percentage.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
yeah,
good.
that's pretty good. Kreider's got 3 goals in 6 games on 9 shots against Lyon. He's plus 270. And then Olin Zellweger, 2 goals in 2 games on 6 shots against Lyon. He's plus 1300. Jack Quinn, the mighty Jack Quinn, 2 goals in 3 games on 7 shots against Dostal. He's plus 380. So it's hard to go against Buffalo. I mean, they've won 4 straight, and it's hard to even take goal props. I get it, because they've outscored the opposition 13-3 in winning these 4 games.
Yeah, and 8 of the last 10 trending to the under, and I guarantee you, it's not Buffalo that's not scoring.
No, they've given up 2 or less in 5 straight.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers. It's just like, I don't know.
They've only
I
given
will
up
say
more
what.
than 3 twice, and one of them was that 7th spot versus Tampa Bay.
Right. And the other one was San Jose.
Correct.
And they scored 6. I mean, I got to tell you, like, yesterday was the first time that, I've got to see them live.
Mm-hmm.
They are, I just don't see a flaw in their game.
Yeah,
Like,
they're where they need to be every time, it seems like. They're just
yeah,
playing well.
yeah, they're just, I don't know. It was impressive watching them play yesterday. It was even more impressive that they cashed the team total of over 3 and 3.5. I got a
Oh
little
yeah.
nervous when Drew Doughty blocked a shot with an empty net. And I was just like, damn, am I going to get it? But no, and they're deep. Like, they're 4 lines deep.
Yeah.
Like I said to Tage Thompson, did you know you were getting a 40-goal scorer with Sam Carrick? And like, I wish the guy would have had a little, I wish he would have laughed or something. I mean, he's
Yeah.
really good, I'm just like, fuck off.
This is probably I know they haven't let up a lot of goals, but I could make this as a candidate for both teams to score 2 for a parlay. I think
Yeah.
Anaheim probably gets 2. The other one would be, for me, would be the Carolina Pittsburgh game. For both teams to those score 2. I think those 2 games are pretty good for that. But we can move on.
Can I quickly check to see what that would pay?
Yeah, have at it.
Both teams. Okay, so both teams to score 2. That's ugly there. Okay.
I like that
Um,
MMA. He says tuck and cutter point parlay. That should be
yeah.
a good one.
And you said Buffalo. Anaheim.
Thank you all 60 for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button.
I'll get this done really
Subscribe if you
quickly
want
because
to
I
hear
know
it.
we're up against the
Yeah, 10 minutes.
lunch show.
Yeah, and I didn't
So
plan on doing a clipped version since we're kind of running
yeah.
through this pretty quick, so we don't got to do that. And
So
there's
it's
only
minus 107 if you want to play a FanDuel for both teams to score 2 in the Anaheim game and the Carolina game.
okay. I could probably live with that.
Yeah.
Even
Okay.
money, not bad. All right,
Moving on.
moving on to moving on. Let me pull the other game up here. Timestamp.
Now you've added one more play to my Carolina Cheesecake Factory menu of plays. Thanks.
All right, next game on the board, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning on the road, minus 180. I'm sorry, Calgary at home, plus 145. Over under is set at 6.5. Juice to the under at minus 118. Tampa Bay is 43-21-4 on the season, 23-9-4 on the road. Calgary 28-34-7 on the season, 18-12-4 at home. Head to head between these two teams, Tampa Bay's won 6 of the last 10, even 500 on over unders. They have seen each other only once this season, back in November, where Tampa Bay won 5-1. Tampa Bay's won 3 straight versus Calgary. Tampa Bay is 5-5 in their last 10, 6-2-2 to over unders and pushes. Tampa Bay is coming in on a 3-game winning streak, winning all 3 games on the road. This is the 4th and final game of a 4-game road trip. They will head back home on Tuesday to take on Minnesota. Calgary is 4-6 in the last 10, even 500 on over unders. Calgary is coming in on back-to-back wins, beating Florida 4-1 recently. This is the 3rd game of at least a 6-game homestand, and they will
Yeah,
play
it is
again
6. Yeah.
on Tuesday when they take on LA. The only thing, so you got Tampa Bay on the back end of a back-to-back, 3-4, 4-6. The only thing that I have in this game, I don't like a side or a total, but give me Darren Radish over 2.5 shots. He has been rolling at that number. And let me give you a little bit of back feed. Minus 122. He's had 5, 7, and 3 in his last 3 games. He has not covered that since against Calgary, but on the road, he has covered that in 9 of the last 10 games, and he has covered 4 or more in 7 of those 10. So Darren
Okay.
Radish over 2.5 shots, minus 118, and you can also um, Radish. That's it. JD.
So yeah, fun little fact here. It is cheaper to go to the next 3 Calgary games in Calgary than it is to fill up your car. You can get tickets tonight as low as $12, the LA game $8, and the Anaheim game $7. So yeah,
Wow.
cheaper to go. Jonas Johansson start tonight. His last 3 starts all on back to back, a second half of back to backs. 8-7 loss, 5-4 loss, 8-5 loss. Give me Calgary team total over 2.5, over 3, and over 3.5. I'm tempted to play Calgary on the money line at plus 150 because if they do cash the over 3 and 3.5, 54 straight wins when scoring 4 goals or more. So I would be tempted to play Calgary. Sharon Govich, 6 goals in 10 games against Tampa, plus 450. And I'd be tempted also just to sprinkle on Kucherov over 1.5 points, minus 120, over 2.5 at plus 255.
Nice. Rich said, shit, the Canucks tickets are priced over $40 a ticket.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean, it's
that's
so yeah. Tick Pick is the site that someone posted it on Twitter, and I went just to double check it, and it's legit. $12 you can get a ticket for tonight's game, and that's Canadian.
wow.
So
That's a good one.
yeah,
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and move on since these are the later games. I know we don't have a lot of goalies confirmed and stuff like that, except for Johansson on the back to back. We know that's probably going to be him.
yeah.
And we will move on to the. I feel like this is a late game for a Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. I feel like games are
Past your
usually.
bedtime.
Yeah, not my bedtime for sure. Unless you're saying past 6 a.m. Uh,
Right.
let me get a timestamp real quick. All right, last game on the board, 9 p.m. Eastern. We have the LA Kings on the road, plus 145. Utah getting a shit ton of respect here, minus 175 at home. Over under is set at a flat 6. Minus 120 to the under. LA is 28, 25, and 16 on the season. 18, 9, and 8 on the road. Utah is 36, 28, and 6 on the season. 18, 12, and 3 at home. Head to head between these two teams, LA's won all 4 of the last 4 matchups between these two teams. 3 of those 4 have trended to the over. Um, LA, or have they seen each other? Or they did see each
Yeah, they
other
did.
once
LA
this
beat them
season in
4-2.
December.
Yeah.
4-2 in Utah. LA took that one. LA is 4-4, 1-1 in their last 10. 5-4-1 to over unders and pushes. LA is coming in on back-to-back losses. Most recently losing to Buffalo 1-4. They are on the back end of a back-to-back. And they will play again on Tuesday when they head down to Calgary to take on the Flames. Utah is 5-3-2 in their last 10. 7 of those 10 have trended to the under. Utah is coming in on a 1-4 loss at home versus Anaheim. This is the second game of a 4-game homestand, and they will play again back at home on Tuesday when they take on the Oilers. For a sider as a total, if anything, it would be LA or pass for me. I can't play Utah minus 175. They've been back and forth. I mean, they shut out Vegas. They looked great, but Vegas has also been struggling. They did lose
Hmm.
to Anaheim. I know that they've been playing better at home. LA's been playing great on the road. At plus 145, it's kind of hard to not take up LA here against Utah, which has been kind of up and down for me. JD?
Not so fast, my friend.
Okay. Tell me why I should be taking my team.
Well, I put them in a parlay with the Caps under 6.5 at
Uh-huh.
plus 168. But this is back to back and 3 and 4 and elevation for LA. For stick a fork in them. I can't play LA in this spot. What I could play though is a couple of I will play a Panarin goal plus 190 goals in back to back. He's got 5 goals in his last 4 games against the Utah, Arizona, Phoenix Coyotes. Um, I will come back with a Kempe Kopitar point parlay. That's you're getting that at plus 125. To me, top line, and you're getting plus money. Can't pass that up. A couple of goal props I like on the Utah side. Kyler Yamamoto, who played for the LA Junior Kings, has 2 goals on 5 shots against Kemper. He's plus 700. Logan Cooley, 2 goals on 5 shots against Kemper. He's plus 290. So those are a couple of props that I like in this one. But that game against Utah early in the year, I was on LA that night because that was Utah's first game home after 6 on the road. It was a schedule loss. I think this is a schedule loss for LA, but I think you have find. I would play Utah and parlay them with somebody or some find a prop to play a parlay partner for Utah. But I think this is a Utah game all the way.
Okay. One prop I do like in this game, we've been talking about him. He has not scored, but the contract bump for Michael Carcone. He's covered his over 1.5 shots in 7
Mm,
straight. I could see him trying to still net one off of that contract bump. Maybe take him for a goal, but I do like his over 1.5 shots in this one. Um, One other person too, Trevor Moore, he's been shooting a lot. His line's been
yeah,
2.5, but if you're looking for a parlay piece, just take him at 2, and maybe you take him 2 with with the Utah money line or something like that. But those are the 2 plays that I like in here. I'll probably look further into this game, but I just kind of skimmed over it, knowing that it was a late game and it was some stuff to still look at.
right.
Um,
What about our boy Sergachev? Could you parlay Sergachev and more, maybe?
yeah, you could probably do that. I mean, he's going to be back at home where he's been shooting again. Um, he's covered in 6 straight games at home. I definitely like that. And he has covered in 3 straight home games versus LA. Back-to-back games, he had 4 shots on goal versus LA in his last 2.
Yeah, so
So,
maybe Sergachev and Trevor Moore could be
yeah.
a good shot prop. Because I'm just seeing right now more. You could parlay them both for 2 shots at plus 126.
Oh, I like that. That's definitely a good value there with just those 2.
Yeah,
I didn't even flip over the slide. I screwed up the last slide. Didn't flip the last
it's
slide
okay. I won't
over.
tell anybody.
Okay. Well,
All right.
uh I think that's pretty much it. We will hop on so everybody can head over to the Ice Guys channel and watch them uh run through their slate. And I know we got one game tomorrow. I don't know. I may be available. I wanted to kind of go through that, but we don't have to go through that now. If we have 30 minutes later we can hop
Ottawa.
on, or
I'm just telling you, it's Ottawa.
okay, we can skip it too. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's just a
there's
single game.
no end. I don't care if Shesterkin's playing. The Rangers, by the way, I think are 1 in 10 on the second half of back to backs.
Alrighty. Well, like I said, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Um, and make sure you follow us for more. We will be back on tomorrow, at or at least we will be a slew depending on who's available. We should be back on tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, same place, same channel.
Maybe we could
Uh,
even do a little look ahead to the Tuesday slate.
yeah, we could definitely do that. But thank you guys all for tuning in. Enjoy your guys' Sunday. Make sure you guys keep them green. You can follow me over at X, IG, and YouTube at Exotic Wagers. You can follow JD over on X at West Coast Hockey NHL HKY. You can also find him over on VSiN and find all his columns there daily. For JD and myself, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.